Beloveds, we need to just make sure that we leave one space for Ananta to join. And at the moment, there's 10 people in the Hangout. So if one person can leave, that would be great. Thank you.
Heart is the light of this world. Needs to just be seen. Bathe in the river of your being. Need not to be anything. Peace and love is your fragrance. But the flower no one can find. Your heart is the light of this world. Needs to just fully be seen. Oh, Hare Hare, Hare Om, Hare Om, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Om, Hare Om, Hare Hare. Your heart is the light of this world. Needs to just fully see. Bathe in the river of your being. Need not to be anything.
Again, beloveds, one of us needs to leave the hangout just until Ananta joins in a minute. Thank you.
Flower no one can find. Art is the light of this world. Needs to just fully be
就是说，在你的内在，如果你觉得有一个控制者一直在控制的话，那你就去看哦，那是谁在控制？
Hare 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 Om Hare Om Hare 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 Om Hare Om Hare 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 Om Hare Your heart is the light of this world. Needs to just
Beloveds, please be aware that we need to leave one space for Ananta to join. Thank you.
Grace is always falling. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Satsang Brahma. My sweet loving, my heart. sweet Murari. Grace is always falling like rain. Grace is always falling. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet melody.
Namaste everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang today. Satguru Shri Mujiji ki Jai. Thank you all so much for joining in. If you're in the Hangout, the way to ask questions is to unmute your mic and start speaking. And if you're on YouTube, you just type your question out. Very happy to see all of you here as well. I got a bit of a surprise when I walked in the room. And all of you can also ask you some questions.
Ananta, can I ask you a question?
Just in 1 minute. I want you to say hi. Haven't met her.
No, Anusha.
Wish after a long time. Jaya, Amrita, Vishal, Naveen. Can you see this? Yes, my dear. Somebody wanted to ask a question?
Yes, I do. Can you hear me?
Yes, very well.
Okay, thank you, Ananda. Thank you for this
Very welcome.
opportunity.
Very welcome.
I don't know where to start. It feels, I know it's not true, but it feels like living in two different, at two different planets at the same time, and yet being on none of them. And the differing is really, I feel it physical now, you know, the differing between knowing that all of this is not true, that this is a dream, and feeling that I'm the creator and the actor, and you are in my dream, you're all in my dream, and the dream never happened. And the joy of that, you know, and it's so heart opening, and it's so, ooh, and the next second, everything is closing, and I'm so caught up and stuck, and it feels so painful in the body, and all kinds of emotions I've never experienced before shows up. I know I'm not those, but they show up, and physically, you know, and anger, and you know, and then everything opens again, and oh, It's really, I don't know. I'm getting more and more desperate. I don't want to be in this anymore. Please. Well, I'm not in this. You see? I don't know what to do.
So first you said that I know that all of this is a dream. So do you know it or do you see it this way? Because sometimes, knowing it can cause some trouble. If you only know it, then it is something you heard a master say this or some scripture say this, then it becomes knowledge, you see. But if
Yeah,
you
it's not that kind of knowledge. It's experienced.
So you see what you mean by that then is that all of this is the appearance, all of this is the appearance, and I as awareness am untouched by it. You see?
Yeah.
What does it mean when we say that this is the dream? It means that all this is appearing, the Maya is coming and going, but I, what I really am, pure witnessing, pure seeing, pure awareness, is completely untouched by it. And then you say that this feels very good. This feels very good. And this feeling is part of the appearance or no? This also must be a part of the appearance, isn't it?
Yeah. It's part of the dream as well. Yeah.
Yes. So then you say that, yes, this feels very good, and then this goes away. And some other feelings, some other emotions, they come in its place. And that does not feel so good. And because it doesn't feel so good, does it make it something real or is it still in the appearance?
It's not real, but the sensing of being the seeing of the dream is not an emotion. That's not an emotion.
Yes.
It doesn't. That's not an emotion.
The sensing of seeing that I am this awareness itself is not an emotion.
That's true. Yeah. It
Very
doesn't
good.
feel like it.
This is very good. So if you already say this, that irrespective of what the appearance is, what Maya, what Leela is coming, irrespective of all of this, I see that there is only awareness as I. I am ultimately only this awareness.
Yeah.
And then if this is seen moment to moment, even when there seem to be these so-called negative emotions, then what can cause you trouble?
At that point, nothing. Actually, nothing.
Hmm.
Actually, nothing. Because it's also seen that this imagined one showing up is imagined, and it's not real. But why is there still some identification? I don't know. Oh, I'm so fed of it. No more, please. And I know I'm talking from the person right now, because when there's only seeing, all of it is just loving beautifully. There's nothing wrong. All is, so I'm talking from the person now. Yeah.
And that when the waking state is here, the appearance is here. So the appearance is here. So that is it is never possible that the waking state is there but the appearance is not there. Because in the presence of consciousness, in the presence of being, this dancing of appearance always happens. You see? So whenever there is a waking state or the dream state, we can say that the appearance is there, but I am only just the seeing. I am just the pure witness of this state. And then you say that I am speaking from the person. What does this mean? When we say I'm speaking from the person, it means I'm believing a thought. It is not possible to speak. When you say speaking as a person, it means I'm pretending to be a person. Already you say this, you see. I'm pretending to be a person. And how do we pretend? Only by believing our thought. So what must we do? What must we do then?
Not believing in the thought. But who, Ananda, who is the one believing or not believing in the thought? Here it's felt like that is also just arising, you know. The I
So,
thought is arising, the believing in the I thought is arising.
yes, yes. So if you look from the pure perspective of seeing, then all of this is just arising. All of this is just arising and going. You see? There is the presence of beingness. And in the presence of beingness, you have these primal forces of attention and belief. Who has them? It is beingness itself. We can be clear about this. Who has the power of attention and belief? It is beingness itself.
Yeah.
So who gives belief? It is God who gives belief to the person idea and deludes himself that I am a person. And it is God who comes in the form of the Guru in Satsang and says, you are not a person. That is why this is called the divine Leela. You see? So God is playing this game with himself. And if God has had enough of the game, then God himself is coming and saying that don't believe your thought and this game is over. There is nobody else here. There is nobody else here. So when we say who is believing, it must be only that which is present. And only that which is present is God alone. Is beingness alone, isn't it? So what is God going to do next?
I wish, I wish, and maybe I'm stuck in that, but I wish for the person, the idea of the person, the identification of the person, which is still felt as a contraction. I wish for that to disappear completely. I've experienced that for a couple of months. There was absolutely no idea of any person, no sensation of it, and nothing was sticking. You know, the thoughts, there was no believing, not believing, they weren't sticking to anything. I wish for that emptiness to show up again.
Yes. But
And that must be God speaking.
Yes. Yes. So God is telling God that in your true reality, you are completely empty.
Yeah.
Have no phenomenal existence in reality. Then this phenomenal dream comes up and you say that I am in this. You see? And then there are states that come in this dream. So some state can feel like a contraction, some state can feel like an expansion. So this contraction and expansion. Now, for God to be free, does it need to depend on a state of expansion? Or it doesn't matter to God whether state is expansion or contraction? Yeah? I would say that freedom or the truth is that it shouldn't matter whether there is expansion or contraction. Beingness, even beingness, not seeingness necessarily, but even beingness, which is a product of seeingness, beingness is also unaffected by any contraction or expansion.
Yeah.
But beingness can pretend that it is affected. Beingness can pretend also that it has some preference. And how do we pretend? Again, by believing a thought. If you see this, is being affected? Is being affected if there's a contraction? Is being affected if there's some so-called negative energy? How does any feeling touch being? Can it really touch being?
No.
So it would be a very fragile freedom if I was to say that freedom only depends on a state. That would be very fragile, you see. What I want to tell you is that irrespective of which states, expansion, contraction, any states coming and going, you are forever free as being and as seeing. As awareness and as consciousness, you are untouched by this flow of energies or contractions and expansions.
Yeah. There's still the longing for really, really, really sensing it into every single cell, you know. Yeah.
The cell or this body is much later than what you are. You see, it's the great grandchild of what you are.
Mm.
What you are is the pure seeing, the pure seeing. Then you give birth to the pure being, and you give birth to the mind, the world, and along with this birth of the world is the birth of the body also. So the body at best can experience some byproducts, it can experience some joy, it can experience some bliss, but it cannot really fathom what you are.
Mm.
Just like the mind cannot fathom what you are. In the same way, the body has no tool, no instrument to fathom anything at all. Also.
Mm. That's true.
It is only that the mind paints some pictures of freedom. Mind paints some pictures of freedom and says, I will believe it when this happens, or I will believe it when something else happens, some experience happens. You see, it is just getting you in trouble. This voice of the mind will only create some expectations of what freedom must be. You see, it's not the truth. Freedom is independent of any state. Freedom is independent of joy, bliss, and peace, even. You see, the peace which is experienced phenomenally. Neutrality means peace. You see, but it's not the peace which is experienced phenomenally. If you refuse to buy any ideas about freedom, then tell me what the trouble is.
There is no trouble.
There is
I just have to remember it's the beingness you're talking to.
yes.
Yeah. Mm.
And we've given you all the tools. Just in the simple pointing, don't believe your next thought. All this can get over. See? It's as simple as that. Maybe it is too simple, you see. The problem is that it is too simple.
Yeah.
A person means need. A person means desire or aversion.
Mm.
As
Yeah.
long as we are giving belief to these desires, needs, and aversions, then we are pretending to take on the role of the person.
You know,
And already know, like you have been saying in your report, that I know already that this is not me. You see, I already know this is not me, but what seems to be happening is some belief still seems to be going to these personal ideas or personal concepts. So it's not bad. This is not bad. This is not too bad. It'll get cleared up very quickly.
hope so. It's difficult, you know. Previously, in the previous satsangs with you, it was very easy to sense the being, but
Mhm.
it's like something is bypassing that and ends up in only the seeing, you know, only. But it's I don't know, and that's not a problem either. Sorry.
Cannot stop being. You cannot stop. And because you cannot stop being, you know that being is here.
Yeah. It's the taste of it, you know? There's difference between knowing and the taste of it.
So can you stop being now?
No. No.
Did you taste it for that instant to say that I cannot
What?
stop? Huh?
No.
No. If you say you didn't taste it, means the answer came from the mind. You have to try. You have to try to stop being. And you will see that the being as pure presence is here. See? And that is the taste of it. It doesn't have to be accompanied by bliss or joy. It doesn't have to be. But the presence can be felt as the presence itself. It's very innocent, very pure.
Yeah. Thank you, Ananta.
So much love, my dear.
So
It's good to
much
see
love.
you in the hangout. Good to be
Thank
able to
you.
talk.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome. So someone sent me an email as well, and I want to look at the email a little bit. If whatever I can remember, we'll try to look at. So there was this question about some identification and some guilt about a previous guru. Someone was with one of their previous gurus, and there was some strong feeling of guilt associated with that. I don't know whether it was a sense of abandonment, whether it feels like they left the guru or the guru left them or something happened, and this led to some trust issues and some problems like this. So what I want to say is that the guru actually is not the perceivable form of the teacher. The guru is not the body. See, the guru is your own heart. It is your own intuition. The Satguru is ever present as your own being actually. So it's not possible for you to leave or for them to leave you. So whatever the concept is, don't believe that concept that you left or they left you. Because the form is not the guru. See? And I also said that it is all the guru's problem now. It is all the guru's problem now does not mean that it is the problem of this form, which is speaking like this sitting here. Because this form is quite clueless at most things, you see. So if it is all left to this form, it would be big trouble for everyone. So it is not the problem of this form. It is the problem of the Satguru which is speaking through this mouth. You see? And the Satguru which is speaking through this mouth can take care of everything. It is the one that is guiding your every step. If you're open to freedom, if what you truly desire is freedom, then it is guiding your every step. And freedom will be yours if that is your truest desire in your heart. You cannot escape it. See? So this is the Satguru who is taking care of everything, everything. So it's easy, and sometimes in some spiritual movements it's encouraged that you associate the Guru to be the physical form. See, but we don't do that here. It's not this form. Some amount of love is natural. Some amount of love will arise for the physical form of the Guru, and I've experienced that myself, and I know that it is very natural for it to happen like that. But the true Guru, which is speaking through the form, will guide you from this form to the formlessness, to the true Sadguru in your own heart. The true master will never say that I am the ultimate Guru in this form. He is always saying that the true Guru, I am sitting inside you. I am your own heart, your own being. You see? So all these concepts of abandonment or guilt or surrender, am I devoted enough, am I open enough, all these can be set aside. Set aside. Then what remains? See, all these also can become ways for the mind to just hang on to something. These become ways for the mind to hang on to something. And it seems so real. You see? You can paint a picture which is so real. You realize that for the pure seeing, for the awareness that you are, all of this is nothing. It never happened actually. Did anything ever happen? Or is it just like another dream, another memory? Where is all of this now? Where is the past now? If I was, if I had this special instrument which I could put on your head and it will delete all your memory, then where would the past be now? So let's come to the now. Let's come here now. What is here? What is present? What is missing in this? Does it need anything at all? The mind will trick you. It will try to bring you to the past or try to project some future. Don't buy these stories. Don't buy these stories. Who are you without your story? Say like this, no? Who are you without your story? And are you looking to replace your story with another story? New story. Suppose this was the end of all stories. Nothing eventful is going to happen in your life now. Suppose this was the case. Nothing glorious will happen in your life. Are you okay with this? Who's not okay with this? Nothing to write, not a word you'll be able to write about yourself. It's the most abrupt end to any story. Most abrupt end. No happy ending, no tragic ending, nothing. Just nothing happened. Yeah? If this was the last satsang ever, you say it's completely clear that nothing has happened. And you were writing your story, you're writing an autobiography, and you came to this point, and mid sentence you drop it. Don't try to replace your old story with a new glorious story of the awakened being, of the free one. This one will lead to a lot of trouble, I tell you. And if you want me to, if it's too uncomfortable like this and you want me to dial it down a little bit and make it more digestible, I can say that let God write your story now. Let it be God's problem, let it be the Satguru's problem. This is what is meant, you see. This is the death of all stories. The death of all stories. And if you start looking at this, you'll notice how many stories have been there. How many stories? At every point in our life, there's a story. Relationship story, work story, freedom story, seeker story, God story, body story. Nothing has happened to you. Nothing has happened to you and nothing will happen to you. Is this good news or bad news?
Guruji, I wanted confirmation on the before I am, which
Yes.
Guruji talks about.
Yes.
The I amness is the non-personal beingness.
I'm just repeating for the audience. The I amness is the non-personal beingness. Yes.
But it cannot exist by itself.
It cannot exist.
Something is aware that this beingness is there.
Yes.
So will it be right to say that I am what is aware and the beingness is my body?
Huh? Okay, so we can look at this. So what happens? What is the difference between sleep state and waking state?
There's no consciousness, there's no mind.
Any difference between beingness and consciousness?
Yes.
Okay, what is that?
As a consciousness is the light which makes everything perceptible, and beingness is ever present. But in deep sleep, it's not there. I'm not aware of beingness in deep sleep.
And consciousness?
Consciousness, I lose consciousness in deep sleep.
So what is the difference between beingness and consciousness?
They're the same.
They are the same. You see, so the sense of being arises means I'm conscious. Consciousness arises. The waking state means being is present. Consciousness is present. I'm conscious. So then the question what is prior to I am? And I am is also the same. Beingness, consciousness, I amness is same. So what is prior? What is present in deep sleep? And then beingness arises. There was something present in deep sleep, right? You're able to say that I slept. Who knows that you slept?
That which was aware of.
Yes, so there is awareness even of sleep. So awareness is unchanging, and the presence or absence of beingness defines the states: dream state, waking state, sleep state. So what is prior to the sense I am? Only this pure awareness which you are. Another way to look at this is to say, can you stop being now? Who is aware of this?
Can't seem to talk about it.
So this awareness of beingness is present. So there is awareness even of this beingness. And hence awareness must be the larger, because awareness is aware of beingness. Beingness is not aware of awareness. So this before I am, which Nidhi speaks of, must be this pure witnessing, this pure awareness, this pure seeing. You are aware even of the presence of being. Good. Okay, let's catch up on the chat for a minute. Okay, it doesn't look like I'll be able to read all of it because there is a lot of it. But let me read everything. I might not read it out loud. For some reason, Andre was inside the Hangout and now he's outside the Hangout. And now, because there are 10 inside, he's not able to get in. So you let us know whether there's an urge that you have to get back in, and we'll make some space, my dear. Okay, Shani had a question. No, it's not a question actually, it's a report. She says, Father, it feels the strongest belief was in an I thought. Without I being a belief, self is simple. And here, as an immaterial presence within indescribable awareness. This is very good. Because what she's saying is that it is only false that needs belief. To believe that I am a person or to pretend to be a person needs belief in concepts. The truth as awareness does not need any belief. It just rests as awareness itself. Okay, so Andre wants to come back in. Who can make some space for him? It will be good if someone can make some space for him to come. And then Nitya has a question. She wants to come up. Yes, my dear, you can come.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, very well. Very well.
I don't have a question. I just wanted to come up and show myself in a way. I don't know what to say actually. There's just so much noise here, and so this identity of controlling everything, and especially all the feelings who are coming up. I just was not aware that I was so much resisting all these feelings, and they are coming up in a couple of days now. In a way I experienced it never before. It's just not possible to control anything at all here. But there's another one who wants to control the controller of all this, and I had the feeling just to say, and especially all the feeling that I was so much resisting all these feelings, and they are coming up. Yes, and I somehow wanted to come out of my hiding place.
It's very good. Because what happens when sometimes these strong feelings seem to come up, then we say that we want to hide. And we hide from satsang. We say, I don't feel to go to satsang today, and we hide from it. Actually, these are the times where it's very important to come. It's very good that you come. And where are the feelings now? Where are they?
Pardon? What did you say? I didn't.
Where are these feelings now?
Now it's more physical now. It's easier for me to handle this physical stuff. So
Something is happening in the body. Yeah. Something happening in the body. And where are you? Where are you? simple reminder, you see, simple reminder, where are you? That can seem, otherwise it can seem like, oh, it's all happening to me. It's coming for me. And then we say, where are you? And we look for where we are. And we find that I, as pure seeing, as awareness, I'm really untouched by any of this.
There's the feeling now that it's really not. It doesn't matter if I feel good or not good. It's okay. It's okay not to feel good.
Yes. You are not dependent on your feelings. You are independent of your feelings.
It seems there's still something somehow, but I don't know what.
Yes, but this must be also perceived, isn't it?
Yes.
If it is perceived, then it must be part of the appearance. It cannot be awareness.
No, appearance, yes.
So it's an appearance. It's an appearance. And you, as awareness, is touched by this how? What is the link between this appearance and awareness?
I have no idea.
There is none, you see. There is no link between. There is no way for the appearance to come up and hurt awareness in any way. There is no medium for this interaction to happen between appearance and awareness. So, although we might be able to say that my attention is an active participant in the phenomenal world, we can never say that about awareness. Attention can go into place, seem to participate in the phenomenal world, but awareness is completely unmoved and untouched by any of this play, any of this content. And the mind will say, but there is still something. Yes, yes, but show me something which is not an appearance. And you can ask the mind, show me something which is not an appearance. And what is the only non-phenomenal seeing? It is awareness being aware of awareness itself. We see that I am aware now. I know that I, as awareness, am aware of awareness itself, and no phenomena was perceived. All other seeing requires a phenomenal perceiving. Even the perceiving of beingness, we call it the immaculate conception, the primal phenomena, beingness. But even this consciousness, this beingness, this God cannot hurt you. God Himself cannot hurt you. Because you are just the pure witnessing. You're like pure space. How can pure space be hurt? By what?
There's a lot of noise now, and I cannot really listen, but it doesn't matter. I don't know how to explain that. It's okay somehow.
The noise is what? Mental? Is it mental noise? Thoughts? Or what is it?
No energy somehow. And it feels like I'm in a bubble and watching a movie here, and it's so total unreal. And there's the expectation somehow it should be different. It shouldn't be like this, like it is now. Yeah.
Whose voice is that? Whose voice is that?
Yes, very clear. Which voice? I just want to put everything here in this space and leave it like this.
This is very good. This is very good. Just leave it here.
Yes. Thank you.
You're so welcome. So welcome. Govil says, Father, there is a thought that I'm buying, is that I must go through all the suffering or different states to overcome them until I abide in self. One part of the mind wants it to happen for freedom, while other one is very much scared only by thinking of it. As my father had a heart attack and he registered what is suffering, and he registered what is suffering because of attachment. So it is playing dual nature. Can you help with this? It's very simple. Don't believe your next thought. And I know it's repetitive, it will seem like it's the same thing, but it's the simplest way. Do you want the simplest way or a more complicated? Sometimes I feel like, everyone's saying, don't give me the simplest way because I've heard it before. Give me something which is complicated. The mind cannot play without your belief. The mind has no power without your belief.
Can I say something?
Yes, of course, my dear.
Okay. I'm listening and I recognize very well. And I recognized in myself that there was a period I was very strict in inquiry.
Yes.
And then I said, where is the love in all? We are all from Shiva. We are Shiva. No difference. Only in mind. So if you take Shiva's children, Maya, Devi, if you take it all with the hand and take it home and see them as just beautiful sheepy white clouds or dark thunderclouds, but they are all scary and angry children. Bring them home. Bring them into the blue space. Bring them to your heart and bring them to silence. And don't be so hard for yourself. Just be silent and bring it into silence. And there is so much peace and so much happiness and so much silence. It's wonderful.
Yes.
Too much people are so hard, so strict, so black and white to themselves.
This is very good. This is what it means by openness. Allow everything to come. Don't resist. Let it all come and let it all go.
Let it be. Like this holy man said, that one of the teachers from Moji, the one who smoked, I never know the Indian name. I mean, let life play his game. Don't interfere. Stay in yourself. Let it go, let it happen. That's all. So simple. So simple. So much happiness, so much peace, so much love. But don't pay attention to the game of life. Just be so simple. That's all I wanted to say.
Very good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome, my dear, dear brother. So much one. So much love. I love you.
Oh, I love you too.
I want to say something.
Who's that?
And,
Yes.
my English is not good.
No, it's completely fine.
Okay. I want to share something. Today I saw the scene. It is it is happening every moment. Without the seeing, the objects cannot be seen.
Yes.
I I see that when we that's it's like two sides of a coin. One side we always see one side. I see one side the object,
Yeah.
but the other side is the scene.
Yeah.
It is happening all the time. Oh, that's what I find.
Yes. And what are you in all of this? Where are you?
I'm just I'm seeing the scene. I'm seeing both sides. When the both sides is seen, I found that the feeling is different. It's like the light. It's like I'm the feeling is lightened.
What can touch you now? What can touch you now? What can hurt you now?
When something arises, I can quickly see the scene, the other side, and I find that it is very easy to put things down, put the objects down.
Very good. Very good. And what is not an object? Is there anything which is not an object?
The scene.
Yeah. This is very good. See? So this is what I mean by awareness and appearance. What you're calling seeing an object is what I talk about as awareness and appearance, isn't it? So there is always the seeing of this object or this appearance. All in the appearance is doing whatever it wants, but the seeing is untouched by it.
I find that before when some thoughts are going on,
Yeah.
I found it's like some darkness.
Now,
When some
like someone dark,
darkness are very dark.
darkness, yes.
Yeah, yes. But now when when I see the thing, it's much lighter. It's much lightened. Uh, I feel um, uh, I am much more present.
It's very good. It's very good. Listen.
Okay.
So is there any effort required to become the seeing? Do you need to do some work?
No, the when some objects is seen, the thing is before.
Yes, yes.
Without the thing, that's darkness.
It's very good. Very good. Very happy to hear this, but very happy. So much love, my dear.
Thank you.
I'm very happy to meet you in the hangout like this. Very happy.
Okay, thank you.
You had a question.
In the sweet state,
Yeah.
dream state, the beingness is there, or
Yes.
it comes if there?
Yes.
Because earlier when dreams used to appear, something used to engage and used to feel very real. But of late, dreams also appear as if thoughts appear in the waking state. There's this sense of peace, and dreams don't seem to really register strongly in the dream state while it is happening. So consciousness operates in the dream state and the waking state.
Yes.
The beingness.
Yes. Because even though it might be like in the waking state when you wake up, you really wake up and realize that your awareness, then all of this doesn't touch you, right? So the true sense of neutrality, this peace does not leave you. In the same way it can happen in the dream state. But the presence that I am is still there. Presence of beingness is still there. In the dream you cannot say I am not. Which part of the world are you from, Tara?
What?
Where are you dialing in from? Where are you logging in?
I'm in China.
In China. Okay. Very
Yes. Mm.
Which city? Which city in China?
Guangzhou. Do you know?
Guangzhou. Yeah.
Near Hong Kong.
Near Hong Kong. I've been to Hong Kong actually. We have some cousins who live here.
In China, there are few people knowing this. about satsang.
Yes, I know. Very good. All good. I'm so happy with you. Anything you want to ask or say? Is the mind resisting, or is it open? Is it saying it's too difficult or abstract? Is it saying something like that, or what is it saying? Stay. It's good. It's a rare mind which comes into satsang. You can tell me, I won't be offended. I'm used to the mind saying all kinds of things. Where have you been? I know you went to Sri Lanka in the middle. Was it good? Yeah, it's going. Are you coming to Rishikesh? Yes, you are. Good. Aditi says, I have often heard from many teachers that one must have love for God, Satguru, teacher, or no self-realization can occur. Is love necessary in the awakening, or is it just a byproduct? I've often heard from many teachers that one must have love for God, Satguru, teacher, or no self-realization can occur. I don't know. I don't feel that it, it should be a prerequisite, but I've never met one who did not have love for the God, Satguru, teacher, and still had realized themselves. Because you are always the self alone, but I have never met one who is self-realized or awake, or whatever you might want to call it, without having a deep love for the Master or God. Never met one. But I don't impose any such rules on you. See? I don't say that you must love and then you can stop believing your next thought. I don't say that. Mhm. Ramba who says, is it possible to not love God or the Master? Is it possible to not love God or the Master? So let's first understand what God is.
Mhm.
We see that God is this presence of being itself, this sense I am. God said, I am that I am. So this consciousness is God. Then, where does love come from? Who is love in service to? Love must be in service to only this being, isn't it? The love must be in service to only this being. So it is possible for the mind to say that I don't love God, that I don't believe in God. But that only comes from the misunderstanding of what you really are. So it is possible for the person to say that I don't love God or the Master, but the fact is that love is always in service only to Satguru or to God, which is the same thing. So yes, really impossible, because no love possible without the presence of being, but possible for the mind to say. Possible for the mind to say. And the mind can use this as a trick also. So the way sometimes it's asked like that, and I want to avoid this mind trick. So if the mind is saying that you don't love the master enough for self-realization, know that it is not true. The mind will say you don't love enough, or you are not open enough. Don't believe this thought. And what is self-realization? What is self-realization? It's a simple understanding that I was never this person, and I was always this pure witnessing itself. It's simple like that. If we keep it simple like that, then we will not allow the mind to set any preconditions or seeming obstacles.
And maybe God is trouble.
Did you say again?
And maybe God is trouble. For
You'll have
most.
to elaborate on that.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I heard what you said, but you'll have to elaborate on that a little bit.
Yes, I know. Because when I look to myself, for a long time, God was an idea,
Yes.
a mind concept. And for a lot of people, God is a concept. It's an idea. It's something what plays in the mind with rules, with laws, with whatever. I mean, and in that way, you don't need a God. And he can be trouble. It's not a real God, but
Yes.
yes.
Many can say, in fact, most of my life, the life of Ananta, was spent with this impression of being an atheist,
Yes.
of a non-believer.
Yes.
In fact, I remember that this mouth used to say that God is for losers.
Yes.
Those who don't have faith in themselves have invented this concept of God just to get over their fears.
Yes.
At that point, I never asked, who is this myself? Those who don't have faith in themselves, who is this self? You see, what am I referring to as myself? And once this question came, who am I? Who is this self that I am speaking of? Then all this got cleaned up very easily.
Yes. I mean, when a little baby would be born without any teachings in the middle of the bush, I don't know where, on an island without anybody, I mean, he is still I am. And I am lives in everything. I mean, you don't need teachings, to be honest. You don't need masters. You don't just need to be self. So simple. And we are
Very,
all just babies.
very good. Very good. Vikas says, good evening, Ananta. For the awakening, is it just to know that nothing ever existed, or this knowing needs to sustain as well? one time or the other, it seems all very clear that this is a game. Who wants awakening? We must ask this, you see. Who wants awakening? Is the person idea that wants to get this story of being a awakened being. But are you not awake right now? Is being not present here now? Is awareness not here now? So what needs to become awake? See? So at best, if you are going to use this concept, remember that it only means the dropping of the pretense of being a person. It was never real. You cannot really become the person. You can never be an ego. You can only pretend. This power of pretense you have. This power of belief you have. You gave it to yourself so that you could play this game. So that you could play this game of life, you gave yourself the power to pretend. Sometimes I jokingly say that you wanted to experience the James Bond game, so you put on the game on your Xbox or whatever gaming console you have, and there's this play acting that goes on. Oh, I am Bond and I must shoot all these villains. And it's no fun without the pretend, you see. So this pretend has gone on, and then you got tired of the game. You got tired of the game and said, I'm tired of this game. Too much suffering, no fun in this anymore. Then someone comes and says, but are you really James Bond or were you only pretending? And then this question will open out everything. And you will remember that you were never this. And then the game cannot bite you anymore. The seeming bite of the game is gone. It was never real, but it can only seem that way. So that's all that is happening. So if James Bond wants to become God, as James Bond, he cannot be. This example is sounding a little lame, I know. But James Bond cannot be James Bond and be God. It must either see that I am God itself, or it can be this false identity, this imagined person. It cannot sit on both the chairs at the same time. So Hum says, Namaste from the bus stop. Namaste, my dear. At least Atma enjoyed my James Bond example. I'm not sure about anybody else.
That's a good one.
Well, thank you so much.
Before I see that when the thought arises, I feel that I'm not present. But after I see the thing, I find that when the thought arises, I'm also in present. In presence.
Yes, yes. You cannot leave it, you see. It cannot
Yes.
be left.
Yes.
You cannot stop, and you cannot stop seeing. Being can stop in sleep state. But even then, seeing cannot. Seeing is ever present.
Yes.
Even when there is no object to report, like in deep sleep, there is no phenomena to report about. That's why many question whether even awareness is there. But awareness is clearly there, because you are able to say that I had sleep. Otherwise, you would just say I blinked or something like that. You don't say that. You say that I had sleep. If you were to go to sleep now, if there was no awareness, then you would wake up in 10 minutes. You don't say, I just blinked. You say, I slept off for a while. You see, so you are aware even of sleep without even objects being there. Aditi says, Dearest Father, not feeling love, but I do have a deep desire to realize self and let go of the belief I am not already what I am seeking. Let go of the belief I am not already what I am seeking. Love comes and goes in the meantime. If you are aware now, that is awareness being aware of awareness itself. Now, what other realization is required? See, in this simplicity, we don't even need to use big words like realization. What is here now? Very simply, what is here now? There is an awareness, and then there are these appearances. What are you? You say, I am not able to distinguish myself from this awareness itself. As simple as that. Is this not the realization? Don't believe any concept about what self-realization must mean. Because all concepts will have to do with some fireworks. Have you had this experience? Have you experienced death? Some have said that you must first die, experience the death itself. What is the meaning of this death? You see that this person never lived. That is death. Realization of the self is the simplest thing because the self is not coming and going. You see? It is not coming and going. It is ever present. You are already that. So all that needs to be seen is what am I? What am I really? Self-realization is like we were saying yesterday, it's like water is thirsting for water. Not even a fish thirsting for water. It is water thirsting for water. You are the self alone. You cannot become the person even if you try. The person can appear and it can disappear. But nothing can make you anything other than the self. So much love. Pekka Tapani. So much love. He says, Father looks like Sean Connery. Andre looks more like Sean Connery than. Then Dr. Kanchan says, I feel that this person claims even the identity of the deep sleep state. Person claims even the identity of the deep sleep state and also that of the dream state. It can claim whatever it wants. and claim whatever it wants. Why are we so concerned? Yes, a person can say that it was my sleep or it was my dream. That's okay. And the dream person will claim that this is his dream. Go to the dream state and will claim that this dream was his or hers. So there might be a character which appears in a dream and it says, oh, I was this one called Ananta, and this Ananta was sitting in front of a computer, and there were so many people in the hangout, and some satsang was happening. It was so weird. So that character can claim that this character was his dream or her dream. How does it matter? Does it change the nature of what I truly am? It won't. Very good. Nitya, if you to sing at the end of satsang, very good. Yes, yes. Dr. Kanchan says, I still have a strong feeling that if realization has truly happened, then this person's hold should go. It's all about this person's hold should go. That's why I say it's all about the right now. Right now, does this person have a hold? What is the hold? So all this so-called hold and so-called entrapment by the person is all projection and imagination about past and future. Right now, in every right now, there is no person. And what does not exist cannot have a hold, you see. It is gone. If it was there, then it is gone. Then now don't believe a thought about it. And then show me the hold. You will have to pick up a thought. You will have to pick up a belief in something. And even that will not change what you really are. But you have the power to pretend. Maybe tomorrow satsang, all I will do is just say, don't believe your next thought. 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 Maybe I'll keep changing the style in which I say it so it doesn't feel so monotonous. But basically, that's all I'm saying. The fact is, even if you were to believe all your thoughts, you are only the self. But if you say that I am tired of carrying this seeming person idea, then the best antidote is to not believe your next thought. That's all.
Before yesterday, I didn't know the if the awareness is there. So I made an assumption. I just ask myself, if there is no awareness, what will happen? So then I find it.
And what did you find? That it was always here, isn't it?
Yeah, yes. If there is no awareness, there will be no thoughts, no appearance, nothing.
Yes. Very good. That's very. Oh, I love you too, Shanti. Thank you so much, my dear. Much love, Claire, Atma. Aditi says, can't seem to let go of thinking how things should be and what love is. Strong sensations today for this. Can't seem to let go of thinking how things should be and what love is. Strong sensations today for this. True love does not need to rely on any thoughts, does not need any concepts. It cannot be created and it cannot be taken away from you. The person has nothing to do with love. The person can only need. And the world always confuses love and need. So you let love be my problem. Just don't believe any thoughts. Too much love will be here. You will say this. Love, there's too much love. Like my master says, too much love. You find that love is in service to you, but you will be completely unconcerned. Completely unconcerned. Atma says, don't believe your next thought like a few billion times. Yes. And Dr. Kanchan says, but the weaknesses of the person do manifest itself from time to time. Weaknesses of the person do manifest from time to time. So then what happens? What happens to you? Whatever can manifest. All appearances allowed. But does it touch what you are? It's only when you say that is me, something in the appearance, when you say that is me and the rest is not me, or you say that is mine and the rest is not mine, then all this trouble can seem to start. If you don't call anything in the appearance me or mine, then show me the trouble. And now it's not in the words, you see. You can still use the words me and mine. It's not in the words. As long as you don't mean it, that is okay. Rolf says, kick the thoughts and the buts. Bhagwati ji says, Father. Jesse says, can someone chat to Father for me? Wanted to say that I have not come to satsang in a long time and I don't know why. Been keeping to myself lately with not much to say to anyone. You can come to satsang, but you can keep to yourself if you like. You don't have to join the hangout. But you can just come and watch on YouTube if you like. And then Jesse says, but I am here now, and it was like I was never gone. Quickly it is felt that the entire purpose of this play of life is to reflect back to its source. And Jesse says, to the self, to you, thank you for your swift transmission of the truths. I love you. I love you too, my dear. Sumeher says, Father, sometimes when I wake up, I am jolted by some dreams. When I wake up, I am jolted by some dreams, and immediately it comes, don't believe your next thought. The story of the dreams also drops there in such ease. The don't believe your next thought is a very elusive pointing because it seems too simple. You see? So this can't be it. In this, don't believe your next thought, all this will become so clear so easily. This is very good. Very good. Okay, now whoever asks anything, I'm only going to say don't believe your next thought. Are you ready with your questions? Vikas has a question.
Good evening, Father.
Good evening, my dear.
I was just about to say, can we have a silent session for tomorrow, wherein we just sit silently and try not to believe the next thought. Actually,
This is very good. Because before I came in today, I felt that tomorrow we'll have a silent sitting. You reminded me now.
I
This
felt
is
very.
very. Yes, tomorrow we have a silent sitting.
Thank you.
Thank you for the reminder. And tomorrow is Friday. So if you have any questions, now would be the time to ask. And you know the answer though. Okay, very good. So Nitya wants to sing today. I can't wait to hear her.
Just one thing I wanted to talk about. I'm been listening to Papaji before I go to bed, and it's having a very strong impact. Like I cannot even hear it for more than 20 minutes, and even I'm sitting and just like gone. He says the only thing that you need to, if at all need to do, is to ask yourself, who am I? And if this thing touches your heart, then probably the dream is over and you never sleep again, and you actually become or come into the awakening state. Right now it's a dream state, because anything which has a name and a form means it's a dream state. It's you are sleeping, and within the sleep you are in a dream state. So at that point of time, when this try to I mean, who am I thing actually sinks very deep into the heart, and mind stops reacting, and there is no thought, no ripple. It's all blank and very clear. But again, then the mind starts, throws away some thoughts. We believe in it for some time, and then again that awareness is there that we don't need to believe in the next thought. But I really wanted to do this "Who am I?" thing with you, because when I hear it, just hear Papaji, it has a very strong impact. It seems like, oh, we, I can't express that in words. Something happens. So I had a very strong desire. I was just holding it for a couple of days, that I wanted to ask you, who actually am I?
That's all we speak about, no? That's all we speak. Like you said, that all that is appearing, name and form, is Maya or dream or appearance. You might use different words or terminology. It's the same. So when we say it is appearance, means what? If it is Maya, it is the dream. Who's aware of this dream?
The self.
And who are you?
Self.
And what can you say about this self?
It's just a pure awareness. It's just like seeing it, that this is happening. Like even for a nanosecond, if you just don't follow the mind or something, then probably just that seeing. Even the thoughts stop coming, and there is nothing. It's just like nothingness. And either you are a part of nothingness, or this nothingness is a part of you. So that realization do come. But then, this belief in thought, it just happen automatically. And then, as you said, if you pick it up, so that picking and dropping is happening, on a regular basis. Thought get picked up, we drop it. Thought get picked up. So that's why I asked you, does it, I mean, how does it stay, like that particular state? I know it's the mind that wants it to remember or try to, judge that, okay, that was the state and you need to be in that state and that is your true self. So this kind of knowing, I'm not able to express that. I don't know what exactly I want to ask, but there is something going on.
It seems like there is something going on. Because something is expecting something to change in the appearance.
Yeah.
Something should stay. This one, this vikas or whatever, this one should become something different. Something should change in
No,
him.
that has already gone. That already gone. So the acceptance already come that it is going to be either one of that, because the whole idea is to have that dream broken, that nothing of that sort, like Vikas never existed, and it was just a pure and a mere dream, and Vikas can never be enlightened, and for that matter, no one ever gets enlightened, because our true nature or true essence is the awareness, and this awareness is dreaming, and it is going to keep dreaming. So just like the dream is being broken, and but then again it's dreaming. It will keep on dreaming. It will dream in a form of water. It will dream in a form of sun, in a form of Ananta, in a form, I mean, in any form, it is going to keep dreaming. So it was never bound. It can never be free. It is flowing, and when we say this person, uh, I don't know what we meant when we said that person got enlightened or I'm going to be enlightened, because it is contrary. It is actually contrary. So if there is a vikas, then probably there is no enlightenment, or there is no that. And if that particular idea is being broken, that's it. Then nothing existed. That nothing exists. I mean, as you said, don't believe in the next thought. So that gap between no thought to the thought is what it is.
So can you correlate all that you just said with what you were saying earlier?
When I'm speaking to you,
what you're saying
nothing
now,
exists.
it's clear that you are this awareness only, and Vikas is coming and going, all other appearances coming and going. Then,
Yeah.
what was all that previous stuff about?
As soon as I start speaking to you or come on a hot seat, it just gets clear up. I don't know, automatically. It just gets clear up, and I don't want to believe in that dream again. That it's fine. This personal identity.
Don't have to say this also. I don't want or I want. Then, if you refuse to say I want or I don't want, then what is left?
Only the smile left.
It's good enough for me. The smile is good enough for me.
The feeling that I don't want to be free or I never existed is becoming stronger and stronger. That this I does not exist, and this whole idea of being free or being aware, or possessing that I got free. This does not exist, because that is the only hindrance. That is what has been the roadblock. That is what has already stopped. But that is the only purpose. That.
Just don't know anything also. Now don't know anything. Don't have a desire, don't have an aversion, and drop all knowing also. Then without knowing, you're so fresh. You're so fresh. If you know, then it becomes all. Don't believe it.
Falling in love with that silence, that silence between words.
Okay, Nitya, I can sing now.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much.
Satchidananda Pavamha Purushottama Paramatma Shri Bhagavati Samhita Shri Bhagavate Namaha. Om Satchidananda Pavamha Purushottama Paramatma Shri Bhagavati Samhita Shri Bhagavate Namaha. Om Satchidananda Pavamha Purushottama Paramatma Shri Bhagavati Samhita Shri Bhagavate Namaha. Shri Bhagavati Samhita Shri Bhagavate Namaha. Shri Bhagavati Samhita Shri Bhagavate Namaha. Shri Bhagavate Namaha. Shri Bhagavate Namaha.
Very nice, my dear. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Someone else wants to sing? You should like, don't look at me. You should make him sing for missing satsang. Yeah? You can sing more. You can sing. Mm. Oh. What can you sing? He has a good voice. You should. Amba will sing something.
Okay. What will I sing? Okay. Om Bhurbhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear. Very nice. Okay, let's play the invocations.
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Jnanam Guru Murti, Pujanam Guru Param, Mantram Guru Vakyam, Moksharam Guru Kripa, Moksharam Chichi Kripa, Moksharam Ananta Kripa. Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, Sarve Santu Niraya, Sarve Patrani Pashantu, Akashit Bhakvave, Asato Asatamiya, Tamaso Jyotirmaya, Mrityurma Amritam Gamiya. Om Purnamida Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Brahma Paramastu. Om Shri Satguru Bhagavan Ki Jai. Om Shri Satguru Guruji Ki Jai.
Thank you all so much for joining in Satsang today. Satguru Sri Mujiji Ki.
Jai.
Thank you, Amba.
Thank you.
Okay, my dear, we can stop the broadcast now.